It is Monday, October 18th, and tonight we are talking about the second episode of Big Brother Over the Top, as well as the 10th episode of the Challenge 37. This is Jury Duty, and let's just get into it. All right, so let's start with Big Brother Over the Top. Let's see here. So the last thing we saw was Cornbread going home. No more cornbread, which is just fine. Then we saw everybody was launched into the Live by the Sword competition, where they had to hold these little swords up and kind of keep the crown on their head. I would have no patience for this competition at all. And this one saw Alex winning. Do we have any thoughts on that? What do we think about Alex? Yay, nay?
I mean, you guys have a lot more information than I do, so.
Yeah, we definitely do. So what are your thoughts on Miss Alex as she comes out with the W?
I was rooting for someone on the other side of the house. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel any type of way about her necessarily, but like something kind of irks me. I can't really place what it is, but there's something about her that I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that ever goes away. Unfortunately, sorry. Yeah,
like,
there's something
like
about her.
pinpoint, like it's this thing, but it's just there's just something.
Right. She's got like this little bit of an attitude. Like I like the way she plays the game because I like that she's really in it just to kind of like stir things up and create chaos. But
and I think a lot of the things that she did in this episode were smart. Like it's not like I think she's a bad player. There's just something about her as a person that I can't like get on board with, and I don't know what it is.
Slightly irritating, slightly irking.
Well, I wonder if some of it is like she seems so like gung ho right at the beginning of the season, like with the rogue vote, and then getting HOH, and like even that's so interesting to me, like her throwing this rogue vote because, like, in the past it was like, oh, like let me try to like pin it on somebody else, but like now it's like, well, everyone's wondering, could it have been America? You don't even have to try to convince everyone else that someone else cast the rogue vote. You can just be like, I don't know, maybe it was America.
Yeah.
No. That is the one thing that I do like about Alex. I'll give her that. Like she's fun for that. I don't like anything else she does. Like you want to shake things up, but then you put up. So who did she put up? She put up Shane and Danielle. Snooze. Who cares? Like that's not really exciting. That's not really impactful. For somebody who wants to shake things up, you kind of like chose like the obvious thing.
The obvious target. Yeah. Like the only duo.
Exactly. I thought you were such a gamer. Like what happened? Let's talk about America's Care Package because that was new with this gameplay switch. Okay. With Big Brother Over the Top. America got to vote for who they wanted a care package to go to. Now, this time watching this over, I now realize because I guess I didn't pick this up the first time I watched it, but the fact that now America also knows exactly what care package they're voting for, who to receive what. And I think that's interesting. Yeah. I didn't catch that the first two times that I had watched this. So now knowing that people are watching this and like planning out how they believe people should receive care packages, I think it's interesting that Chrissy was selected as the first one.
Yeah.
Mainly because, this first one was save a friend. Mm-hmm. So keeping a friend safe. I think it's because America knew that Chrissy would give it to Jason.
Yeah. I was going to say, I have to imagine they gave it to her specifically because that was exactly the outcome they were looking for. And they were
right. And isn't that a little unfair?
Well, not even, like, he was also the one voted into the house. America clearly wants him there, so it doesn't surprise me at all to see them be like, no, anything to keep our little, like, sweet angel in this house,
Right. No, it doesn't surprise me, but I guess it upsets me, like, for Chrissy's sake, because, like, so America voted for her to get the very first care package. Like, oh, very exciting, very exciting, very exciting. Yeah. But then, like, it wasn't even really for
nothing to do with her. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
They gave her a care package for Jason.
Yes. And so the other stipulation now being, for those who are not familiar with this twist, is that now if you get America's Care Package, you are ineligible to receive it again unless everybody remaining in the house has received it once. So this really, really can impact Chrissy's game going forward, and for something that did not even benefit her.
Yeah,
I guess one can make the argument that by way of the fact that, you know, Jason is part of her alliance, and I guess it helps her with the number and blah, blah, blah. But I might be a little miffed if I was Chrissy. Yeah.
I think that these care packages, they just make
Chrissy is right. I don't want to say anything there, but like, yeah, what a Chrissy, oh, poor thing.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about these care packages too? It's like, so obviously now the whole house knows, all right, Chrissy got hers, so like we can't go after her. But also what's interesting is that like you literally have to stand in the backyard and read what your power is to the entire house.
Oh yeah, everybody
like,
now gets to know it.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, great, I have this power and I can try to use it to my advantage, but I know that everyone else in this house is strategizing to figure out how they can make sure that it doesn't mess up their own game.
It's not like a secret advantage.
Right.
And anybody can counter it. Yeah.
Right, which makes it so interesting too.
It makes it interesting, and it's also such a tricky thing too, because like I might, if I was playing the game, I might stay away from somebody if I think that there's a possibility that they could receive America's Care Package. If I know that they have already gotten it and they cannot get another one, well, now it's like open season on that person, you know. So interesting, not interesting. Do I necessarily want that to go away? No, because I do like the paranoia and the situations that could present, but definitely problematic to a game player, sure.
Yeah.
So that's that on America's Care Package. Jeans, do we like it? What do you think? This is another big change to Over the Top that we haven't seen. Do you like it?
I do, and especially for like a lot of the reasons that you just said, it really impacts like the way that people are now going to be strategizing.
Yes.
How to go about it. Like, and it affects people's reads on the house because, you know, again, in this situation, it's like, well, does America really like Chrissy or does America really like Jason? You know, you have to really like know.
And I think it's pretty fair to assume that in this situation, like they don't really give a damn about Miss Chrissy. But I like that the Save a Friend thing was used first, or at least was the first care package, because it now makes people realize that like these advantages are not necessarily, well, whatever is falling from the sky may not necessarily be for that individual person. Yeah. Right. It kind of keeps everybody else on their toes, because now it's like, ooh, like this really could be anything. This could impact anything in any way. So I do like that. All right. So after that, obviously she kept Jason safe, like needless to say, like that's what she did here. Then we played Veto. Was this Veto for Sale? I don't even know what that was. I'm just reading the synopsis. I don't even remember what it was.
They were doing the mini golf, and you could buy prizes.
Oh yes, because we had Jeff back.
Yeah,
we had Jeff back.
I'm so happy to see Jeff.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, so Jeff came back and hosted the Veto. And wasn't this also the same Veto that he threw, like so that Jordan can win HOH? When they played during. Was it 12? No, it was 11. It was 11.
They were in 11, and then I know they came back.
I think it was. Yeah, I agree. Yummo.
I love Jeff.
Original Bay. yes. Yummo. I know.
Yeah.
But you get to see. You do get to see her again later. I told you that. You get to see her again later. She'll be back.
They're my power couple. I love them both.
Yeah, we love them.
Yep.
A lot of these punishments were really a lot of fun. And I didn't make any notes about them. But Scott in that whole sand trap thing.
Oh my god.
I made a note about this actually.
Did you?
It's
what did you say?
Funny.
He like made this comment that like he was like, the roughest thing about this is that I'm going on 36 hours without brushing my teeth, and I'm like, this is a 24-hour thing. like you're in the middle of the punishment that's only 24 hours long. But it's been 36 hours since you brushed your teeth.
I know.
That feels like a you problem.
Look, it also seems to me like if I knew that I was going to be trapped for 24 hours, I might give him a quick brush before I started. Like, yeah, okay, that's gross. I didn't pick up on that.
That's funny. I didn't catch that.
All right, yeah, that's pretty gross. That's gross. Let's see, what else do we have here? What else? Other punishments were fun. I definitely would have done that caddy thing. I don't know what it was called. One that Shelby did. I would have purchased that immediately. That is like the least of them all, because that water hazard thing, having to go into the pool and fish out a golf ball and up these god awful hours of the night, like no way. There's no way I would have sucked that. No.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah, that's a terrible
one. The other ones, well, one of them doesn't matter because he got evicted, but Monty wouldn't be able to play the POV. And then Alex is now not eligible to win 2 HOHs from now because she's already not eligible for the next one. So she doesn't have eligibility to win 2 weeks from now.
Those are some harsh punishments. Oof.
If I remember, though, I don't know that that's how that one worked.
No?
The Alex thing. That 19th hole, being blinded or something. I don't think that knocked her out of it.
Oh, she was saying that she can't win.
I think she has like a disadvantage. I think I remember.
Yes.
Oh, she said she can't win.
Yeah, I think she said it, but that's not how that turns out.
Okay.
More to come on a later episode.
Yeah.
But
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, she's at a severe disadvantage if I remember this correctly. But we'll have to get back to that. I want to make sure I'm remembering things right, because I watched this. When I had watched this season, it was really quite a blur because I was watching much Big Brother at that time, like juggling multiple seasons at once. So like, who knows what I saw and when I saw it. But so we'll leave that one there. But so Shane wins the veto. Needless to say, uses it on himself. This is after we saw that Monty, was America's nominee, which surprised nobody, right? Didn't surprise
a lot of drama surrounding him in this episode. Too.
Oh God, he's the worst. He
just got worse and worse and worse.
Oh my goodness, right? Because this was the episode. Oh my gosh, yeah, right. This was the episode that Monty got into it with Justin.
Yep.
Yes, and had made some comments in front of Miss Danielle.
Yep.
About the fact that he probably stole some of the clothes that he entered the house with. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty racist. I felt it was racist. The way the conversation went.
Absolutely.
There were multiple instances where I felt like Monty could be even in the comment where he called Justin like a classless bayou piece of shit. He called him.
Yeah.
He insinuated that he stole his clothes.
I know.
And then even at the end of the episode, he made a comment when Julie asked him, "Who do you think are the sisters in the house?" And immediately he went, "Oh, was it Danielle and Neely?" Like, what is the reason that you would think that
the 2 women that look exactly the same and everyone thought were twins when they first came in? It must be the 2 black women that would look nothing alike.
Right, because all black people look the same. Right. I didn't even watch his interview at the end because I just hate him so much.
And we haven't even touched on all of the sexist, misogynistic crap, So
and it's so funny.
Yeah, can we talk about the whole Justin thing? I'm sorry, Gina. You go ahead.
No, well, I go into because that's what I was going to talk about. So
the whole Justin in the shower thing with him, revealing himself. Okay, no. Not very apropos, right? But hardly an intentional offense on anyone that was there. Like you're talking about how this was like so disrespectful to everybody in the area, disrespecting the women. I don't think Justin gave that much thought at all.
Nope.
And that was my watching it. I was like. I was like almost gaslighting myself because I was like, I feel like when I watched this, like it looked like it was clearly an accident. Like it didn't really seem like it was anything. And he was going so hard being like, I can't believe he did that. That's a clear statement of like whatever. And I was like, am I crazy? Like, what am I not seeing? And then all of these other comments started coming out and I was like, oh, you're doing that thing.
Yes, okay. Dude, that's what you're doing. Yeah. And
God.
When I saw this, and I don't know if it's maybe because like we come from like a theater background, but I will say that like certain things like this really does have something to do with the environment that you're constantly around. Because I can remember a time very vividly, like at work, where like I was going somewhere after work and I was changing, and I always change in the back. And I was standing there just talking to somebody, and I just started taking my belt off and I started taking my pants off because that's what we do in our dressing rooms here.
Right.
Like, And they're always unisex, so I don't think anything of having a conversation and changing and standing around in my underwear, because that's what we always do backstage. Like, that's what it is. And like, I'm standing there at work and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, wait, I'm like, what? Why? Oh, that's not okay here.
Right.
And like, is it possible that like he's just like not even realizing that like how offensive that is? Like, he very, very could have just been like,
there was nothing about like his body language or what he continued to like say or do afterwards that made it like, look what I'm gonna do now. Like, it was just like, oh, I'm just like getting in the shower. You know,
he was a man casually getting in the shower.
Right. And it seemed like one of those things where like once it happened and then they started to continue to talk about it in the house, it started to like snowball. Like it was
like a game of telephone.
Yeah,
it
like
just kept like sounding worse than it was.
Like, it was very clear that Justin is like a man who is just in his own world. He was literally walking into the bathroom and like singing to himself. Like, he's going to get in the shower. He took his pants off and got in. And like the way that it became this whole thing of like Monty saying like, oh, this was a statement because he knows that me and Morgan are close. So he's like, look what I just did. You know, like I just took my pants off in front of your girl or whatever, and blah blah blah. And like. And I'm like, this is just a guy that just got in the shower and like wasn't thinking.
Right, like not great. No one wants that to happen, but it wasn't like a malicious like.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think there was any malintent like behind any of that.
The way that because then even I think Alex was asking everybody, like Morgan and Monty, like what happened, and like Morgan's like we were just standing there and he just took his pants off and he just had it in his hand, and it's like. Nobody's even mentioning the fact that he was in the bathroom about to get in the shower.
Getting in the shower, right.
And like had it in his hand. Like, I don't even remember a moment that it was in his hand.
HOH room and
he wasn't just standing there with like his dick in his hand. He took his underwear off and then he got in the shower.
Like, immediately.
Like immediately. He didn't dance around. He didn't even turn around.
Yeah.
I was hoping he would. I got nothing, so I don't know what you all are so offended with.
Oh,
I was disappointed. All right.
Oh my god.
But Shane wins power veto. And then Alex puts Chrissy up, even though she said she wouldn't.
Right.
All right, so that's the first sign of Alex's integrity.
I actually wrote, I said, oh my god, this comment.
Tommy.
It was. Listen, I keep saying that from the neck down, Justin is everything. Okay, I don't. Sorry, like I think he's a beautiful, beautiful man. I have no use for his personality at all. But like everything else, I'm definitely on board for.
I actually like Justin. I think he's fun. Like, I think he's. I like him. I like him.
He irritates me. He irritates me. What were you saying before that?
I don't remember.
Alex breaking the deal with Chrissy.
Alex broke the deal with Chrissy.
I'm pretty sure that like this. I'm pretty sure that this is like a trend too. Like this is never. I shouldn't even say anymore.
Why are you gonna spoil something else?
Oh no! Oh no!
I deserve everything that I get.
You said it, not me.
Well, I mean, he did it, not me.
One of the worst moments of my life.
For all those who don't know, Gina has never seen Big Brother Over the Top, but I showed it to John a few years ago, and we were super excited because Gina's never seen it. She didn't know who won. But shortly after we ended the stream
seconds after our last week,
moments after, John spoiled it. So now Gina knows, but we're gonna soldier on like we don't know, because those of you watching don't, or maybe you do. Like, who cares? We're gonna act like we don't. We're just gonna keep going forward. Okay. But anyway,
you know, by the way, you know what was really pissed that Chrissy was nominated was Neely. Just to change the topic.
Yo, Neely's so funny.
Neely was really mad, and I thought too mad. Like too mad.
I love Neely.
I don't know what you don't.
She's been
I don't know what you
cracking me.
don't.
She was cracking me up the whole episode.
Well, even when the whole confrontation took place in the backyard too, and they were like, "All right, Monty, what's the deal?" Like, she kind of took charge of the whole situation. It was like, "All right, let's just get this out there right now," you know. And
like, she also, like, the way that she did it, like, she sat in front of him and was like, "Yo, are you a racist or what's up?
Right.
And he was just like,
Right.
no. And she was like,
Okay.
okay, good, we're done now. And I
Yeah,
was like,
thank
what?
you for
Wait a
saying that,
minute.
because yes,
Hold
she
on.
brought it up and she wanted it to get handled, but I don't really feel like she handled it. Yo, I
Right.
feel like that was some real racist stuff right there. Oh no, you're not racist? Oh good, I'm glad we talked about it.
Right,
And
right,
I wrote
right.
it down too. I was like,
that ain't it. That ain't
I wrote
it.
it down like this whole situation resolved much too quickly for my liking. Like that was
Right.
Because it's not
the
a
space
it wasn't a
that deserved to
resolution.
get.
It was
Like-
not a resolution.
I do wonder
No.
though, like if even the way she handled it kind of like helped to stop any potential physical, altercation too, because I mean, Justin was so fired up.
Listen,
Sure.
it was a quick diffusal. I'm wondering if because of the edit, we just didn't get all of it. Maybe it got really nasty. Maybe it got really, really crazy, and maybe they chopped it down. Maybe they chopped it down.
Yeah.
If anybody's watching that is familiar, that actually watched this live, we want to hear from you. Sound off. No, I just really wanted to say sound off. Sound off in the comments. Let us know. Slide in our DMs. That's stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me almost wishes that like Monty didn't go. I would like to know if this really was closed. Well, now that we said it more than once, Monty was evicted. We lost Monty.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah, like whatever. What were the
Bye.
votes? I've got the wiki up.
It was
close.
close.
It was close.
It was Monty Danielle.
America
Danielle.
was the deciding vote.
Yeah,
America.
Which Neely was right about. Neely, she guessed that. She said it's going to be 4-4, and it's going to come down to America, and it did.
America got it right. We did.
And it was the second. So we're 2 weeks into this now. The two people that have left were the people that America nominated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting.
Which really tells us that we need to bring this back, okay? Because we're getting it right.
Yeah.
Jeez. Sassy.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, though.
We were all ready for him to go. He definitely got the Frenchie exit, but not as,
Sure.
but Frenchie wasn't as bad. But I'm not going to put Frenchie. There.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not going to put Frenchie there. Sorry, Frenchie. You had a rough enough go. Yeah, not sad to see Monty go, but it would have been interesting. It would have been interesting just to see just one more week to see how things would play out, to see if Neely's resolution was actually so.
Right.
Now that we know what we know about the feeds, that you can go back, do you think it's possible that you can go? Can you go back years?
I don't know.
How
about
far
that.
back in these archives?
I to my knowledge, it's only like within the season you can go back to certain timestamps and stuff. But I might be wrong. I don't know.
Oh, I would love it if you were wrong. Not. In all honesty, though, am I really going to go back? No.
Years.
No. Big brother over the top. What was that conversation with Neely? I don't think so.
It's like how far would you like to rewind? 5 years.
5 years. I mean, listen, if it was the night that I was having some insomnia, I might give it a go and just see if I can find it. So Tommy says he wished we were able to have a vote on regular Big Brother. It's a hot button issue in our apartment. So I have mixed feelings on this, and I think it's a fun discussion point. I say no. Only as part of like a regular twist or something. I don't trust this country that they're going to do the right thing. I'm encouraged by the way the BB were distributed.
It's also
but
like again, I think the reason why Over the Top is working out so well is because everybody watching is a feeder, where in a regular season you get casual viewers that don't know everything. So like the votes aren't necessarily indicative of like what is happening in the house. You know what I mean?
Right. I would agree with that because we did see that a little bit in BB23, didn't we? Because we saw that Claire was not getting her just due.
Mm-hmm.
She was robbed. She deserves way more bucks than she got.
What would you think of like obviously like the double eviction is always a big event, What if they did like each season they had 1 week where it was like America's week? They get a third nominee, they get an eviction vote, maybe a couple other little things, and it's
I was gonna say a shade more than that.
Yeah.
Give us like a 4-week thing. Let us impact it for like a little while, like the high rollers crap. and like things like that. Like let us be part of things. Yeah, Claire Bear. Yeah, robbed. We're gonna work on getting her here. Gina's supposed to be in charge of that. She's back in New York. She's back in New York with
she
the
and her
ex.
boo thing.
Yeah, maybe they'd like to appear together.
That'd be fine.
They want to do couple things.
Come on,
Yeah,
come on in.
Come on
I'd
down.
be totally
down.
cool with that.
Tommy says maybe let us vote until jury. I'd like that.
I'd be down for that.
I don't want to not have any say after. Maybe give us a week or two when we get in there too. I don't want it to end. But that would be fun. I don't think we should get to vote the whole time.
Yeah.
Because we don't know everything that's going on. I think that Over the Top was unique in the sense that like the feeds didn't really turn off ever.
Right. So
we actually had a right to say that we know what's up. In the regular season, we may not. We lost some stuff. But I want to vote so bad. And not by text. Or not just by text. Let's do it in like a lot of different ways. Can we bring back the phone? Wasn't that fun? Like with American Idol, like call this number if you have AT&T. Like all that stuff. Like I would love to go back to basics and really make it fun. And it's good content, right? I mean, I loved posting about Tiffany.
Yeah.
You know? I still
yelling at everyone I've ever met in my life. 979.
If I've ever made you smile once, text the name Tiffany to 979. I really enjoyed it.
I loved getting like screenshots from my friends who were doing it, being like, I did the thing.
No, we can't trust America with votes, can we, Melissa? All right. The last 4 years showed us anything. Hey, Melissa, welcome back. Even though we're now done talking about Over the Top. Yeah, we're pivoting. We're getting ready to pivot because we lost Monty. We're thrilled. We're happy. What do we think about the week ahead? Do we have any thoughts?
Ooh.
Well, we didn't talk about the late night jamboree.
Oh, yeah, we did not even mention it.
We did not talk about them. We were talking about going into the alliances, and we did not mention it. So the late night jamboree was formed by Waterfront. It was who was it? We got Chrissy,
Danielle, Shane, Justin,
yep.
Jason, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Yes. What do we think about the late night jamboree?
I'm here for it.
I like the group. They're all
Those
also
all people
close.
I like.
Also close with Neely.
Oh, that's right, so. Neely adjacent.
Yeah. Neely is the Hannah of the late night jamboree.
basically. Yeah, late night jamboree is fun. I always have such mixed feelings about Chrissy because she's such the underdog and like you want to root for her, but she says such grating things along the way. But she is closely aligned with Jason, so she's an automatic favorite for me. Because I love Jason.
Ooh, there was also that weird like Jason and what's her name, Shelby debacle that was going on where they were like,
oh yeah, yes. Okay, yeah. Jason and Shelby have some beef, and I got to tell you. That does not cool off.
Yeah, Shelby.
Yeah,
I actually made a comment too about this, and because this episode, I really thought that we got a glimpse into some of like the bullying that happens on this season. Like, and Shelby with that comment, like, "Oh, good, a spot on the normal couch." Like, God, I cannot stand Shelby. I cannot stand her.
I feel like right from the get, she's just had an attitude.
Yeah. She's not nice. She's not nice at all. And Kyle, I cannot wait to hear what you have to say.
Listen.
I also, my favorite line of this entire episode, by the way, was Jason going, yeah, why don't you keep wearing that t-shirt under that dress?
Yeah, you changed your clothes with that t-shirt and that dress. It's like, good read, babe.
Tommy saying, yes, Jason shredded Shelby, and I was living for it.
He was going in.
Yeah. Listen.
I'm tired of hearing your mouth.
That's exactly what he said. Said. I gotta be honest with you guys. Okay, listen, and I'm keeping both eyes open. I want to see if this opinion changes. I am a Shelby fan. Okay,
You said that last week too.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm still saying it. I'm not saying that Jason is not justified in the things that he said. Okay, I'm not. It's not about that. I'm a big Jason fan too, but Shelby does make me laugh. I don't know. I like Shelby.
I just remember her, and I could be off. I could totally be off. Maybe she's not as bad. I just seeing her in the first 2 episodes, and then remembering like with the first time that I watched, like I feel like she's really bad.
But why? We're getting a lot of Shelby hate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Shelby. Good, Tommy. Not Shelby, and I said that shit.
I remember Shelby being like really awful.
I don't remember her being really awful. I don't remember. That's what I'm saying.
We'll see how well this ages.
Right, we are, and I'm prefacing this with I've had a lot of growth. Over the past few years, so it's possible I was watching with a different pair of eyes, okay? But I have to say, up until this point, episode 2, I don't regret it yet. Okay. Okay. Melissa says she's got to. Now, see, Melissa jumped ahead of us, though.
Yeah.
All right. She was only told to watch one episode a week, and she watched the whole thing in like one day. Yeah. She really like went way ahead. We want to see how this ages because again,
I really think that me and Melissa are on the same wavelength here.
Okay. And I'm just, listen. I just keep saying this because I don't want anybody coming to me later when something comes out and it was not good. Like, okay, and so when I start to backtrack, I get to. All right, because I said I'm not owning this one yet. I'm just saying this is how I remember, and right now I stand by it. And we can check in every week. We will. We'll be here.
Yeah,
but. Okay. Right now, I still like Shelby. Yes, she made the comment about the normal couch, but you know what? I can be pretty rude like that sometimes too, and so can you. All right, you say a lot of things underneath your mask. I'm sure that you would not want others to hear. Yeah. Melissa's saying, "No, John, she's awful." Yeah. You're right. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna say you, and I'm really sorry. If I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm getting nervous now. This came with such a heavy disclaimer, so you can't come for me. Please don't cancel me. Please don't cancel me. I gave disclaimer after disclaimer after disclaimer. Okay, so like no. So we'll see what's going on with Miss Shelby. Yeah. And obviously we'll be back next Monday at 9:30 to discuss the goings on. I know it's so sweet. You guys are making me real nervous. Okay.
I'm very excited.
Oh gosh, I'm excited and nervous. All right, so there's that. I'm ready to talk challenge.
Let's do it.
And Melissa, you got to get on this. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're not watching. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3.5 pages of notes, and I didn't even watch the elimination.
Never takes notes.
I took because y'all don't understand like the challenge. Listen. I know we're a Big Brother podcast. But I feel like some of my appreciation for Big Brother, the reason why I was able to jump on board so quickly after being introduced to it is because of my foundation with the challenge. Okay. Let's see. So just to refresh everybody, Tommy says goodbye. Doesn't watch the challenge. He's out of here. Out of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for
playing.
Thanks, Tommy.
So obviously we saw Corey and Bettina. They won last week, right? Mm-hmm. Sending home. Oh my gosh, who went home? It was Amber and Jeremiah. And Jeremiah. Right. Okay. So we kick things off. Big T thinks she found her soulmate in Logan. Does not age well.
Yikes.
Doesn't age well.
Poor Big T.
I know. Poor Big T. Obviously, we'll get to that later. My notes are in chronological order. If at any point I'm skipping something, hop on in. The water's fine. So I had started writing a note and then I crossed it out and then I started writing it again because I realized it was kind of a funny thing. But so it was Amanda's son and friend that we were video chatting with, right? Yeah. Originally, I read it because I'm slightly dyslexic. I read it as friend and son, and I'm sitting there like, why do I care about this?
Oh, you thought it was her friend's son.
Yes, and I was like, okay. I'm really glad that you got to have this moment to connect. But why do I need to watch it? I don't understand. And then once we got to her DR and she was going a little further, and I said, oh, okay, I get it. Read that wrong. Sorry, Amanda. Really glad you got to see a kid. Let's see here.
I really like that moment too, because I feel like Amanda is one of those people that like has this crazy personality. Like we always talk about her as causing drama in the house, and then we get to see this side of her where we learn that she had a son at the start of the pandemic. She was working on the front lines as a nurse. I really like this segment for Amanda. I feel like most of the time we're talking about like something crazy that she did, or some drama surrounding her. I thought this was like a really great moment.
Yeah, it's always some drama surrounding her, or somehow where she's lost her temper and now she's like crazy Amanda again. And like, I mean, we all love crazy Amanda, but like this kind of gave her some depth. This whole episode did that. It wasn't even just this moment. Yeah,
I agree.
Amanda had some good moments this episode. I'm happy for her. She deserves it. Good. I've always liked her, even with the chaos.
Yeah,
I just enjoyed her. As long as she stays aligned with Ashley, because Ashley tops. Always tops. So Melissa's out. Melissa's out. No, she doesn't want any spoilers. No, I respect that. I respect that. Because that means she's gonna watch. Yeah. All right.
We'll miss you. We'll miss you, Melissa.
So we called it right. Individual games. Thank goodness. Yum 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 yum. So great. Ed says he's ready to whoop ass. All right.
I really love him on the. It's so funny how much, like when I think about how much I hated him on the Circle. And
yes,
how much I love him.
Yes,
now,
and how much you were rolling your eyes just at
the
fact that he was even being included in the challenge. And now you're on Team Ed.
I love him now.
That's awesome. I like that.
Do you know what I liked about this challenge too? By the way, because like I know we're going into how this started out as like an individual thing and then moved into. But I actually love how like they're keeping us guessing, because like literally the daily challenge is starting and none of us really know what's happening. And I just assumed that like it was going to be an individual game, like the whole game was individual from here on out. And I had started to write that and then immediately crossed it out. And I was like, I still have no idea what's happening. Like because TJ was so like, all right, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to get to that point, and then you'll see what happens.
I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, I like that. I like that every single twist is coming around the corner we're not really seeing. And it's nothing like we've really seen before. So it's keeping us vets excited.
Yeah.
I've never taken so many notes. That's why I didn't finish the episode officially. Because I kept pausing to write things. I didn't want to miss anything.
Right.
So there's Diamond Dash. I even took notes about what the competitions were. I never do all this.
Kyle was very excited.
Yeah, I was really had to go down the trail. I got a sledgehammer. Then what? 3 assignments. Blah blah blah. None of that really mattered at the end of the day.
Vision Quest, fitting in, touch and go.
Oh wow, you took notes too, or are you just reading it for the wikis?
Oh, I always take these notes.
That's exactly what that was. If he had hair, he would have been flipping it. How dare you? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, it's too bad you didn't make a big enough deal about it because nobody even knew you had the notes. Okay, so there's that.
I mean, I just always have them. So, like, You're
just doubling down on the always had thing. Okay. So in the picking of these other little teams that we didn't even know what they were.
I know.
I thought it was interesting that CT was steering Big T away from his team. Mm-hmm. I'm really, Big T, I think she's going to start to have a rough go. She doesn't have the correct read on anything right now. Yeah. All right. She thought she had a soulmate in Logan. He's like, no, just friends. I don't think CT would steer me wrong. He has my best interest at heart. He's like, no vacancy. Meanwhile, they had like 2 openings. I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't have an accurate read on what's going on.
I do feel like even though she's a vet also and like has, I guess, in a way been protected by that vet sort of agreement in the beginning of the season, like I feel like most of the people she's close to, like we just, I don't want to jump ahead, I guess, too much, but I feel like she seems closer to a lot of the rookies in the house in a lot of ways, and she's been losing those people, so that's why and that's why I feel like just like you're saying right now between Logan kind of being over the whole thing and CT steering her away from his team, and now the fact that she's been losing, like I just said, she's been protected by this vet alliance, but she's probably closer to the rookies. So like, where does she go from here?
Is she on the newer side of the vets, or has she been around for a while?
Yes, no, she is definitely on the newer side of the vets. I would say
like 4 or 5 seasons, maybe.
I would have said 3 or 4.
I would have said 4 is what I'm thinking is most likely.
I feel most confident with 4.
Because I was wondering that when I was seeing her like cozying up to more of the rookies too. Like, is it just like
yes,
that's more
and
like
see,
comfortable
this is kind
territory
of
for you, or
and this is kind of what I was trying to say last week, and I don't think I articulated it correctly. I feel like she's just in an interesting position because she gravitates towards the rookies because I think that she associates herself as more of a rookie than a vet. But she is a vet. Where Josh has been playing only maybe a little bit longer than Big T, just a little bit.
Oh, she's newer than Josh. Okay.
Yeah, she's newer than Josh.
Got it.
But not by a lot.
Yeah.
Because she came in towards like the end of some of those Worlds, right? Didn't she come in towards the end of that? And I feel like Josh was always in those. Josh was in the beginning of that trilogy because Worlds is like a 3-part thing. So I feel like she came in towards the end of that. I think I definitely think she's newer than Josh.
It looks like Big T's first challenge was War of the Worlds in 2019.
Was it the first?
Looks like it. Yeah.
When was Josh's first then? If they started at the same time, that's embarrassing. No, he definitely started before.
No, I think he started right after his Big Brother season.
Yeah, he came in pretty quick.
He came in War of the Worlds. Looks like it was his first.
No way. The same time.
It looks like it.
Wow. Then she was really not impactful. I gotta say. Sorry.
And I thought that Josh was around longer too. Honestly.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like he's just had a lot to do. But that wasn't even really the point.
Yeah.
The point I was trying to make was really more that she kind of gravitates towards the rookies, but the rookies stay with the rookies because the rookies don't see her as a rookie, and the vets are now seeing her attempt to align with the rookies, which makes them not trust her. And so she's in this weird like position where like this is why a CT is gonna like. She's also not really respected as like a comp beast or anything. Like she's kind of like seen as like a layup.
Right.
I guess she hasn't done much to disprove that. I mean, she did have a good time with CT last season. She's kind of had a rough go.
I wonder if
we like her. Big girl.
Yeah, I like Big T. I wonder if part of the reason she gravitates to the rookies is because she feels like she's kind of like the top dog in that pool, where she's at the bottom on the vet side, I understand why Big T would feel this way, because in terms of the vets, she definitely is on the bottom of that. Like we saw in this episode, Priscilla kind of going to her being like, should this be my strategy in deliberation? Like people, like the rookies go to Big T for like advice, like that's what it seems like, whereas people don't think of her as a physical threat or a social threat on the vet side,
she's in a weird spot. I don't really know what the best decision for her is. Because I don't think that the vets are ever going to give her. I feel like she's in the same situation, but for different reasons. But like as Ashley, where like she's a vet, but she's always going to be at the bottom of this thing. I think Big T is kind of like screwed for a little bit.
No,
I think it's gonna be a while until she kind of like get past that, unfortunately.
I agree.
So these teams, I guess we'll see if that matters conversation wise. I did write down who's on what. We don't know yet if that matters.
Yeah.
We don't know if that was just for this competition or if that's going to matter. This Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Oh, so you didn't finish the episode. Never mind.
Oh. So then, like, please tell me because I did not finish. I just know who goes home.
You know how they were able to steal another teammate in the past, like for the rest of the season, like whoever won.
Yeah.
So now you have the option to infiltrate one of the other big teams and steal a spot.
Cells.
Yeah.
But the agency is not safe. So if you win your elimination, you could potentially. So we know what happened, right? Ashley won this elimination. She was then given the choice to go to the Ruby team, stay with the Sapphire team, or infiltrate the Emerald team. And like so somebody would have been thrown out of there, which before, the agency they were safe. You could take any you couldn't take it. You could take any partner you wanted except for the agency. They were untouchable. Now, so you have this team of was it the Emerald team? Josh, Devin, Nani, Casey, Tori, Emmanuel, and you've seen especially with Kyle. Kyle's been making this whole thing about how much he wants to be on the Emerald team.
Can we talk about that real quick? Because I did make a note about that.
Yeah, he was the only one on his team not to wear red.
And he was wearing green.
Yeah.
He was wearing green.
And he made a comment too. He said, he was like, listen, if you want to be a winner, you have to think and dress like a winner and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
But
no. It was a joke, but the joke was on them.
Right,
you were making it on them.
But it is interesting to me that you could be the agency and think you're safe and compromise an agent on one of the other two teams, but then after the elimination, you could be ending up off of that team on one of the other teams.
Okay, that's fine.
It's interesting.
So these cells do matter. Thank goodness I wrote it down. I'm so happy with myself. Good. Let's see. Emerald wins, blah, 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 blah. So we kind of already, I guess we sort of did that, but not really. So Emerald won. That was Nani, Josh, Casey, Devin, Tori, and Emmanuel. And we saw, so the house vote was Priscilla. Priscilla went down.
Although the house vote is now not really the majority of the house. It's just the agency, right? So it's just, it's just, it's not like the whole house, compromising one individual player or a pair. It's just the 6, Emerald players that actually voted for it.
Oh, all right.
What?
When I got to that part of the episode, I was like setting up the computer and everything. Wasn't totally paying attention anymore. Okay, so fine, yeah, sure. So they did that. So the Emerald team selected that.
Yes.
Did they show us who voted for who?
I think it was the same as it usually is. Over the shoulders and
it was just that. Okay.
You just kind of see fingers like swiping and pressing and.
Wow, that's too bad. See, last season they had kind of given us. They would show us faces of like who did what, and I missed that. You only got a quick glimpse of it, but it was fun.
And once in a while, you would get somebody being like, I'm voting for this person because I know they'll come after me if I don't, and then they'll lock in their nominee or whatever.
Yeah, I did like that voting style. Yes, but anyway, all right. So Priscilla goes in, and then Priscilla gets to now select who she's going against.
Very interesting.
Yeah, this is a throwback to some previous season of the challenge where we saw things like this, and I think it was like to earn your skull or something. You had to pick. There was some season that kind of did something like that. I like this a lot. It's totally that person's fault, no matter what. And I love to see social, personal vendettas being settled down there in an elimination, and that is what this will present. This is going to be fantastic. So naturally,
it also gives the person being thrown into elimination a lot of power.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, are you really sure that you want to put that person in because you know who they're going to put in there? It just it makes things very, very interesting. Especially once you start losing more people, and you're really, really down like to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah.
A twist like this is super fun. And this week already was no exception. Obviously, Priscilla went after Ashley, which I thought was kind of brave. Being Ashley's record.
Priscilla's not holding back. Like
she's not, and I like that about her.
Yeah.
I like that about her a lot. She's brave and she's going for all the big moves.
Even Casey was like, "This girl's a badass." Like,
yeah, she's awesome.
Emmy, after Priscilla selected Ashley as her opponent, Emmy was like, Priscilla's got some balls.
Yeah, I like her a lot. So she selected Ashley to kind of settle the score here, and well, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
All right, so
Ashley's a beast.
She is a beast, and honestly, as much as I'm standing Priscilla right here, I'm very, very happy. Yeah, we're keeping Ashley.
Okay. Very happy. I really would love to see Priscilla back, though. I liked her.
I would love to see Priscilla back.
Yeah,
a lot of these rookies I would love to see back. This was a great group of rookies this year.
I totally agree. You have a lot of rookies that aren't afraid to like make a move too when they can. You know.
Yeah. I mean, needless to say, I want to see Huey back. You know, Huey's Bay. I also kind of want to see Gabo back.
Gabo.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about him that I found endearing.
I like Gabo.
I'd like to see him back, and I also want to see what's that girl's name? I think it was Michelle.
Michelle from Survivor?
Yeah, Michelle from Survivor. That's who I was thinking of. But Berna too. Especially because now there's a social thing around her too. She didn't just leave as like some kind of a competitor. She didn't leave the way that Michelle left, which was just like as an underdog. They just kind of got beat down. Berna's in some stuff. Mm-hmm. So that could just be interesting to see how that plays out like going forward. I also want to see Michaela back.
Yeah.
The girl with the note in the very beginning.
Oh, yes.
Mainly because we didn't get to see anything of her, really.
You know how
and
this is a good... I was going to say, you know how you know this is a good cast? Because we haven't even mentioned Esther and Tasha yet.
I know.
That's how you know. Because we said all these people. Tasha was good, too, I liked.
I didn't get to see enough of her, unfortunately. Just the way it was edited.
Yeah.
I didn't really know enough of her. Esther, I would definitely like to see back. I liked Esther a lot.
I'm looking at the list now too. I like that guy Tommy, who was medically disqualified, that left very early on. I liked him.
Yes.
That whole Survivor crew got like decimated.
They really did, which is like ironic. They're supposed to be the tough ones.
Yeah,
they know living in the rough, off the land.
Totally forgot about Kells and Tracy. Forgot all about them.
I don't even know who Tracy
and Corey L. Remember Corey L?
Mm-hmm.
I liked Corey L.
Me too.
I just didn't like the way he went out. It was a messy exit.
That was.
But I've been enjoying him in the postseason. He has a very fun Twitter. Yeah. He's also responsive. Thank you for liking my response to you, Corey.
Shout out Corey L. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corey L.
It feels so long ago now.
I know, it really does. It does. I still don't know who Tracy is. Tracy.
A couple of these names, I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, Gina's just like, I think she's frozen. No, she's not.
No, just confused.
Just had no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I only remember Kells, unfortunately, because of his faux relationship with Tori. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered him. But he did seem interesting. In the sense that he looked like he was open to making bigger social moves. Like some of these rookies look a little nervous to try and like swing at a vet. Where it looked like Kells may not have been. He just didn't really get a shot to properly play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was a fun group of rookies. These are people who actually knew what the game was getting into it and like were actually like wanting to play it. And I think that's because these rookies came from actual like social games. Yeah, these weren't just random people.
And we've been listing off all the rookies that we like that are gone, but there's still good rookies in there. You know, Emmy's still in there. You know, we still have. I like Bettina. Bettina's okay. You know.
I'm on the fence about Bettina.
I don't have any feelings about Bettina. I still don't feel like I've seen
I can't
anything
decide how
from
I feel.
Bettina.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
will say I do like Emmy. We like Ed.
What did you think of Emmy's? Like she had like a whole letter prepared, her speech prepared at the deliberation. CT really likes Emmy. You can tell they're gonna have a good bond.
Yeah. I didn't see Emmy's thing. I had no thoughts.
She's just
setting up.
She's just one of those that just wears her heart on her sleeve. Like you know who she is. Like she's not not hiding who she is at all at any time. She's just totally 100% herself.
Yeah, I've warmed up to her. I was kind of iffy with her in the beginning because I thought she was just like a hot mess, just crying all over the place, just fighting. I was like, this is no way to come into my show. Like, what is all that? Like, what is this? And now that she's chilled out, she sang her little ditty. Okay, she's chilled out. She's playing the game now. So okay,
yeah,
I've endeared to her a little bit more.
Yeah.
What other rookies are here? I think that's it. It's just Ed, Bettina, and her, right?
And Logan.
Oh, Logan and Emmanuel.
Oh, and Emmanuel, yeah.
I don't have any feelings about them. I feel like I haven't seen enough of them. I only know Logan really because of his association with Big T, and Emmanuel because of that vampire stuff. I have no other. I don't have any opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got. I have no other notes because I didn't finish. So
I am excited just from the next coming up on the show. There's it looks like a lot of fireworks. I see Tori it looks like Tori yelling at CT. I see Nelson and Kyle getting into it. It's I also saw something it looked like between Kyle and Devin, because we know they're like friends on the show, and Kyle made some comment about, if you do this, our friendship is over. So I'm expecting some fireworks between them. And then Corey, it looked like Corey was talking about potentially throwing something. So a lot of things to look out for.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if I like Kyle very much this season.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm just kind of finding him a little bit more
he just
aggressive.
Seems like I was gonna say he seems like he's all over the place.
Yeah, like he's not the fun Kyle that he's been.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know that I like this version of him.
I'm used to him being kind of like an aloof, kind of like you don't know what he's going to do, whose side he's on. But it seems like a more like malicious feeling to it this season. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does make sense. And it's kind of what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see as we start to see more of him. Because as we start to have less people, the focus will be on him a little bit more. But I'm not feeling it.
It's just funny because we are still halfway through this game, but there were 18 people in this episode still in the house. Now with Priscilla leaving, there's still 17 people in there. So there's still a lot of people around.
Yeah, I think you said it last week. Like that's an entire season of Big Brother.
Yeah. It is. That's why. Like, do you think that? All right. So we had only had a female elimination, but it's not going to be like that each time, right? Like, why do we only have?
Yeah, I don't know.
It can't. Is it really going to be that long? Like, unless they do another purge or something like that.
Yeah,
they have done those. Now, a purge is where they kind of get rid of like 4 people at once.
Yeah.
Like the bottom, like they'll have some kind of a competition, and like the bottom 2 girls and the bottom 2 guys just automatically gone. We have seen that before. It just seems like too many people to only be doing 1 a week.
Right.
17 still left. I mean, come on. Even I'll lose interest. like at that point, we're like, all right, like let me know when it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's what's so exciting about this. I feel like there's going to be some other change to the gameplay. Like TJ's got something else up his sleeves, I think.
I'd like to see a purge.
Yeah.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Just because they're emotionless, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Just speeds things up. They're fun.
This has been a great season. I mean, I feel like the challenge this season has been awesome. I feel like all these shows are stepping it up.
This one in particular.
Yeah.
Because I knew this would really start to pop off. And like we're there. Like this is
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
No, this is awesome. I'm just happy that it's individual now. Like now I'm ready.
There are so many good vets that we're about to see just go to war with each other. So many good vets.
It's gonna be delicious.
Right?
It is. It is.
Well, have you, by any chance, are we keeping up with like the drama that's been happening on the socials, or do we not follow along with that?
I only follow a little.
Because like something kind of broke out this week that like was relevant to like Kyle, what you had brought up a couple of times in the past, that I didn't know if you were like keyed into it with Polly and like that whole whatever.
Oh, I saw Paulie say something like, "Oh, like the fandom is like really like duped into thinking that we don't need competitors in the game and blah 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 blah," and like. I don't know enough about what the fandom is saying. I'm unfortunately not as connected as I should be, but I don't know where that's coming from.
He was going in being like, I don't know if he was, I have to watch the clip again, but he was either saying that like the fandom has fostered this weird mentality, or it's like production has been kind of manipulating the fandom into believing that like actual competitors like me and what was her name? Cara Maria.
Oh, yeah.
People like that like don't deserve to be on the show anymore, but people like Devin and Josh and like all of these kind of people are the strong competitors that you want on the show. And he just kept like name dropping and going in, and there was a lot of like Twitter drama because of it, because people were not thrilled that he said that. But I know that you have said that like the reason why he hasn't come back is because he was too good. So like I feel like you are more in line with what he was saying, but
yes, I mean what I think happened because of the way that and I would have to now go back to really to get the specifics of this, but it's just been a general feeling now that I'd have to go back and like rewatch. But it is my opinion that it is because of him that they started that whole thing about the skulls. And the skulls being you had to go into elimination and win to even be eligible to be in the final.
Right.
Because it is my opinion that production did not like that people got to just skate all the way through. They're not winning competitions. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything just because they had enough numbers. They never went in, and they just skated right through to a final. I think that annoyed them. So then they started this whole skull thing, and then we never saw Paulie again.
Right.
Which, it's pretty wild because I personally am not a fan of Paulie, but I do remember being that season. I remember that season being like very, very entertaining. Like there was so much
that
drama.
Season is what gave us that moment with Joss when he did not know.
Yes.
Gosh, and that's so many seasons ago. It feels like, but there was a moment because there were multiple alliances going on here. There was like the Paulie and Cara alliance that had a lot of numbers, but then there was this also. Again, because whatever season this was, this War of the Worlds thing was like a 3-part trilogy thing, just like this spy thing that they're doing right now. We also had like Double Agents last season. Like this is part of a 3-part. They like to do 3s with like a theme. So War of the Worlds was like America then versus UK, and then and that's how we got these UK kind of people playing our game, and then the UK was always like their own alliance. It was like, who's on Team UK, even when it wasn't that anymore. That's just what people said. Just like when they do vets and rookies, that's not really a thing. They just make it one. That's kind of how this went. So Joss was like Team UK, as was Georgia. But Georgia was on the outside of whatever this Paulie and Cara alliance was. And they had to like vote people. I think they had to like vote people into elimination or something. And whether or not Georgia went in was based on Joss's vote. And like Georgia was just assuming that he was just going to do Team UK. And she turned around and she goes, "What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And like she's screaming, she goes, "Joss, no, Joss, no."
Yeah.
And you can see, Joss, you saw a man
Mm.
broken.
Yeah.
This was one of the most uncomfortable things I ever watched.
Yeah.
This man not knowing like what to do. He just kept turning back and forth, kept turning back and forth. Oh my God. And TJ goes, "Joss, you have to." He goes, "Joss, we need a decision. We need a decision." And he's like, TJ. And he's like, Joss. And like way more forceful than Julie ever knew.
Right.
Okay. Like this was so tense. And he put Georgia in. He put her in.
Because this wasn't this,
and it's like it was another win for Paulie.
Yeah.
Like it was just I don't know. He just played the hell out of it politically.
Yeah.
And got people to break seasons-long alliances. You know, like you can't deny that he just played it well.
Yeah.
His side just coasted right on through.
He really did. He really did just coast along.
And you didn't even like, as a viewer, you almost forgot that he was even in the game because like he was never even in the edit because like you only saw him during voting because he was just behind the scenes, just. And that was also the season that gave us. Remember when I said how CT will always just go with the numbers? And I said that about the whole thing with Berna and like however CT is going to go.
Yeah.
This is the season that really started that with CT. And I don't remember who he was talking to, but I remember he saying, "I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you flat out. Paulie's got the numbers, so that's what I'm doing." And Paulie's got the numbers. It was Paulie that created that situation that got legend CT to just go, "Oh, well, this new guy, I got to go with him. What can I say? He's got the numbers. If I don't, he's going to vote me out." And it's like, wow. I don't know. Sorry. You can say what you want about Paulie, but he played the hell out of that season. And
I mean, and it's funny too because like even within the house, Paulie was probably like, if not the most hated, one of the most hated people in that house. And yet he just ran it however the hell he wanted. Like he was the biggest villain in the house, and yet nobody could stop him. Like,
no, because nobody wanted to go up against him. I don't know what created that fear. I don't know where that really came from. Because he was still pretty new to the game when this happened. Like he wasn't really like a vet. I don't think at that point he hadn't played as many seasons as Josh has at this point. Like he was still pretty new. So like I don't know where that fear came from.
I think some of it was just. I think some of it was Paulie, just like the confidence that he came in with. Like, who is this guy? Like, who is this guy to be running things like this? You know, like,
and he was very aggressive too, because Fessy has come in with the same confidence, but he just comes off as like a dick. Paulie was like truly intimidating,
And you know what?
And based on nothing, like I don't know, I don't even know why.
And there are bigger guys in there. There are guys that are just as athletic, if not more.
Yeah,
but Paulie, he did at times perform like when he needed to. Like he does. It's not like he was always like a terrible performer, but people just did what he wanted. You know, like he could show up and perform.
He did.
So,
well, that's what put him in that position.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Now I don't know how much of that is like production or anybody convincing other people that competitors shouldn't play. I think that Paulie just has like a bad rap. And that people just don't like him because they don't like him.
Right.
And if that's the case, then that's fine. But you can't say that he didn't play the game well. Like
he is. Find him so intolerable. But like you're 100% right.
But I got to tell you, if you gave me America's vote, I'd vote him in.
I'd want to see him on there. I definitely.
I do.
I agree.
Again, he may annoy me, but
especially with some of these new rookies. These new rookies too that are very vocal and a little more aggressive than most rookies too. I'd
put
love
Paulie
to see
in with them. Yum.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun. What were you gonna say, Gina?
Yeah.
No, I was just I don't know if that's a hot take or not based on what I was seeing because like there was a lot of like back and forth between Paulie and Cara Maria and Devin. And then I feel like I was seeing like just the people in the fan base like kind of swinging either way. Like I don't really know where everyone stands on that whole drama, so I don't know like
I could
if
see it
he
being
is viewed
very
favorably
divided.
by
Yeah, I could see it being very divided also. And you can't deny that, I do think it's a real tragedy that we're not getting Cara Maria back.
I
now,
totally
regardless what
agree.
you want to say about
is she
Paulie,
viewed the same way, or is it just because she has an affiliation
unfortunately,
with Paulie?
I think she's being viewed the same way because she's so linked to Paulie.
Yeah.
But Cara Maria is a legend in her own right, and
Yep.
I'm a big Cara Maria fan. Number two to Ashley. Ashley is just bae for me, but Cara Maria, I really, really like her.
It's sad to me.
I always root for her.
It's sad to me that Cara Maria is now so linked to Paulie too, because before he ever showed up on the challenge, she had a long, accomplished, distinguished career on this show. Like Cara Maria was her own thing on the challenge, now it's become this thing where it's Cara and Paulie. It's no, Cara has a history on this show way longer than
she won one of the very first when they introduced these individual male female winners, she was one of the first female challenge winners.
Was she on Fresh Meat?
She came to us via Fresh Meat. She's won several challenges. It's not like she just won one.
Yeah, she's a multi-time champ.
Yeah. No, Cara Maria is a big deal, and she's got great history with a lot of our other vets. No, we're definitely being robbed.
You definitely saw some footage, too, if you go back to that season. There are definitely players that are and I honestly don't remember who it was now, but I distinctly remember somebody saying, oh, I was always so close with Cara, and now she's just inseparable with Paulie. And it's people on the show themselves had a relationship with her because she was such a established vet on the show, and her whole trajectory took a totally different turn when Paulie showed up.
Yeah, I miss her.
Yeah,
you know who else I miss? If we're going to talk about who else we miss, I miss Laurel.
I miss Laurel too.
Yeah, she had a really rough return. Her last season, that elimination, that she thought she won and didn't. Laurel was a very fierce competitor too. Definitely being robbed of her. Oh wait, we didn't talk about since the last time we chatted about the challenge. The Challenge All-Stars has been announced. Yes. November 11th, we get the return of the Challenge All-Stars, and I am just over the moon excited. We're getting the return of Latarian.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back in 1 second.
What?
Fine.
He'll be right back.
At a time like this.
I mean, in the middle of a show. I mean, that really just goes to show you. That just goes to show you. But yeah, Challenge All-Stars is coming back. We got our first dose of that just a few months ago. So a bunch of OGs kind of coming back. The challenges were not as intense. Definitely for the older challengers. But really fun to see a lot of these people come back. But now it's harder to talk about it because I
don't know any.
You don't know who the people are.
I was clicking through the pictures, anybody from any show I've seen before. No, okay.
Well, you know what? We'll take the moment to just bring it up here.
Sure.
Anybody who's still listening, I have to just assume they're very interested because we've been going for a while. So thanks for listening.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you so much. Let's see. All right. So the first. Oh wait, Darrell. All right. I don't know how you don't know Darrell from anything. I mean, he's just been around forever. He's won a lot of challenges. He's a long-time challenge champ. He was on All Stars last season as well. Who's this girl? Oh, Casey Cooper. I just remember the name and the face. I don't remember much, but excited to see her. Hey, John, we decided to just run through the cast of All
I didn't really have
Stars.
much to contribute because I don't know who any of these people are.
Right,
so
because I was like, okay, now it's not as fun to talk about it
leave.
because now the only person who knows these people is gone. So we were talking about Darrell, a legend.
Oh, Darrell, I have to tell
Darrell,
you, Darrell is up there with like CT,
yes,
I
really,
love Darrell.
exactly, yes, excited to see him back. Casey Cooper's back. Yeah, I just remember her face. I remember her name. I don't remember like much, but definitely part of the challenge fam and excited to see her. And who's next? Nehemiah. He's back.
Yep. Nehemiah.
I'm not a big fan. I don't know. He just kind of he sort of irritated me last season. I just felt like a lot of what he was doing is very performative. Trying to be the nobleman, the gentleman, and just kind of a little played. I don't know who this is, which is really unfortunate, and I feel bad. This Sophia, I don't know who she is. She looks like she came to us. I'm looking at her page now. She came to us from Road Rules. All right.
Okay.
All right. We'll see. Welcome. I don't know who this guy is. He's not even tagged. He's just a man. So
he's just a man.
He's just a man. We got this Ayana. I don't know her either. It looks like she came from Road Rules semester at sea. That's too bad. A lot of Road Rules people, unless they ended up on the challenge, I didn't know them. So I'm sorry, Road Rules people. I don't know you. It's no disrespect. I just didn't watch. I didn't know what it was. I still don't. I don't know who this MJ Garrett is. I don't know what this is either. That maybe it was Road Rules or very early Real World. Don't know you.
I saw Melinda is coming back.
Yeah,
right?
Melinda's back. I like Melinda.
I like Melinda too. Yeah.
Yeah, Melinda's fun. She's a good competitor. Jody. Okay. That's exciting. Tech is back.
Yeah, Tech.
Didn't have the best first season of All Stars, but that's okay. Didn't do terrible either. He'll be fun to see again.
Yeah.
John A is back.
Yeah, John A.
I hadn't really come to expect much from her, but she really had shown up last season of All Stars.
I like her.
Yeah, I like her too. Back on top after all the Zach drama. Welcome back, John A.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Zach was pretty rough to her.
Yeah.
During a hard time to like Zach, We like him now, but welcome back, John A. Brad's here. Brad Fiorenza.
Yeah, that's wild.
I like Brad.
I like Brad too.
Yeah. Sometimes he's a little much, but I do enjoy him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy him. A little intense. But I like him. Who do we have here? Oh. Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler. That's going back a long time. Long time. I never thought we'd see him again. Welcome back. Just excited. I don't have strong feeling. It's been a long time. Just excited.
Has.
Yeah. Just welcome back. Welcome back. Kendall's back. She's cute.
Yep.
She's cute. We like her. Fierce competitor. Good times. Not afraid to make big moves. Welcome back, Kendall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not as familiar with this Derek. I just found out from the socials he's gay. That's all I know. They seem to make a thing of that, LGBT peoples.
I do remember him.
I remember the face, but I don't remember anything specific,
I feel like when I was binging through 20 seasons of the challenge in 3 weeks during the pandemic.
Right. It was a long time ago. Because, older seasons of the challenge, they didn't get so much into the personalities of people. The challenge came from being a half-hour show that was really just about a party a little bit. a competition and an elimination. You didn't have all this in-depth stuff. It wasn't a reality show like that. It was really just competitions. And the competitions weren't intense. They were like field day type competitions.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna throw this baton in the middle of the thing. Whoever can get the baton first wins. Like it was like very silly things. So it is interesting to see people who came from the challenge then doing some of these challenges now, because they definitely do get jarred. This is not what they're used to. I'm on the gram. That's the order that I'm going with. So John, if I'm jumping around with whatever you're looking at, I apologize. I don't know this Janelle Monique Rose. I don't know her. Says she came from the real world Key West. All right. Well, welcome. I have no thoughts. Tina is back. Tina's back. Tina, cunt beast. She's scary. She'll kill you. I'm excited about Tina coming back.
She'll kill you.
She'll kill you. Katie's here.
Katie.
I like
Cooley.
Katie. I like Katie. She never performs like super well. She always has a rough go. But I like her.
I like Katie too.
I like Katie. Yeah, I just like her. Welcome back, Katie. I'm excited. Of course, Letarian. We're so excited, especially after last year's plunge.
Yeah.
What was that? That was a baton thing, wasn't it? Though, wasn't it like a poll?
So something.
There was this competition. It was like. Now I made a joke about this whole baton thing, but this was no joke. Okay, this was this metal pole thing, right? That you had to wrestle away from your person in the sand pit. Letarian was standing up, holding onto this pole that this man had wrapped himself around. He was like holding on so tight. Letarian just started up and down on the ground, just up and down, like a plunger. And Anissa and her DR was like, when Letarian just started using Ace like a plunger. And that's literally what it was. But every time he's going down, he is pounding Ace into the ground. You're just seeing dirt, all this smoke. It was the most insane thing. It was just like, I've never been in so much pain. And that is Letarian, and we welcome you back. Hello, King Letarian. Kohada's back.
With some long hair.
I'm so excited for Kohada being back. I was like so disappointed when I had found out that he was up as an alternate for All Stars 1 and didn't get in. So I'm excited about Kohada. He just plays a nice, honest game, sweet man. I hope this ages well. I hope all of this ages well. Okay.
I always remember him being a very nice guy.
I just, now that I know what I know about editing, these are things that I didn't know then. When I formed these opinions. So now that I know it, it does make me a little nervous.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Derek is back. Derek is like a beast. He's definitely won numerous challenges as well. I believe he has anyway. Fierce competitor either way. Fantastic. Very exciting.
Yep.
Look at this Jasmine. I don't know who she is.
Yeah,
but her face is so familiar.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought. I can't remember the name, but I feel like I've definitely seen her.
Yeah, it says here that she came from the real world Cancun. I don't remember that. I don't remember that season, so I don't even think I watched it. Her face is so familiar. I'm sorry, Jasmine, I don't remember. But welcome back.
Looks like she was on Rivals, Battle of the Exes, Battle of the Seasons.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen her. I've seen those seasons, sure. Yeah, that's why her face would be familiar, but I don't remember much.
Oh, and she was on Rivals 2, Free Agents. She's been on a lot.
I'm even more sorry. Stop reading them off. You're making it worse. Crazy. Ryan is back. I just know that he's another one of the gays because there was like a thing about that on the social media, like, you know, team gay. I just remember the face. I don't remember anything impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Who is this? Leah? No clue. I don't know who this is. I'm so sorry. Oh, she's from Long Island. Wow. It's terrible.
Long Island.
Wow, that's terrible. She came from the real world Paris. I didn't even know there was a Paris. So sorry, Leah. Good luck. Oh wow. I looked her up on I'm on her Instagram. Brian Frank. You know Brian Frank? In
Yeah.
theater. He commented on her picture.
Ah.
He said, Long Island represent. Yay, Leah. You are always so much fun to watch on these shows. Best of luck and can't wait to watch your journey on this new season. Wow.
Sure.
Okay. Well. So I guess she's someone.
There you go.
Yeah, certainly more than me. Well, welcome, Leah. Can't wait to see more. And that's it. So I hope that how is this going to go? We're going to be on overload.
Yeah, is this going to be wrapped by the time All-Star starts?
You're right. Like, because this starts November 11th.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to be able to cover all this. That's a lot. We'll let you all know if anybody's still listening at an hour and 26.
Come on, hour and a half podcast.
Yeah, if you're still with us, thanks for hanging. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out how we're going to set that one up. I mean, I'm going to watch it. So I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely be keeping up with it. So I guess you guys decide. It'll be up to you. I'll be watching, and I hope you will be too. And with that, we'll be back next Monday at 9:30 for episode 3 of Big Brother Over the Top and episode 11 of the Challenge 37. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
I think I'm good.
All
I
right.
think that's it. Yeah.
Great. Thanks for hanging. This has been Jury Duty. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll catch you next